Oh, Mina, genki desu. Look what I bought. Haha! It's a box of squishies. I was on Amazon just like looking for stuff to purchase and play with, and I bought a whole bunch of just like crap for these videos because I want to get back into actually making videos instead of making 2 videos and then taking 2 months off. But while I was browsing around, I saw these squishy cats, and there were like 2 in particular that I really wanted, and I couldn't find them individually, so I ended up just getting the whole box. Oh, holy crap. Hold on. They're really stuffed in there. Ugh. Let's get them out. Oh god, the noise. I don't know why companies insist on just putting plastic bags everywhere. These 3 I bought because I wanted them. I wanted these 3, and I can only get them with the whole package. So now I have 5 other cats that I don't know what to do with. So I guess we'll pull them all out. They're cute in their own way, but here's the thing. I know that like squishy makeovers are a thing. I've seen a couple of different TikToks and YouTubers who fall into that range. So I thought, you know what? I've done it once before with like those Dollar Tree llamas. Yeah, I couldn't get a very good picture of them. Sorry, this is from like a very old video. And I have a whole collection of my own that are kind of getting to that point where they're kind of cracked and stuff. So maybe I should start looking into that. Now I know from watching, I think it was Mariah Elizabeth.
Hello, everybody.
Who uses slick paint. I don't really like using slick paint. I used to use that a lot for my cosplays when I had to paint over fabric and stuff, and I just don't want to have to get into using that again if I don't have to. So, since it's all experimental anyway, what I went ahead and did is I got some of this Plaid FX acrylic paint, which is supposed to be very flexible, and I've used this on cosplays before. Granted, it was for like cosplays that I didn't move around much in, so I don't know how well this will work on this type of material. And then because I don't know how to mix paint, I brought some acrylic leather paint, because again, acrylic paint is supposed to be, or this specific paint is supposed to be very flexible, and they dry better, and they don't come out tacky or sticky, or at least they're not supposed to. Whereas slick paint and puffy paint, they tend to. Like, I can't find a good ratio. I've done dry brush with slick paint, I've done adding water to slick paint, I've done like diluting it, and I just can't get it to not be sticky. Maybe it's because of where I lived at the time, or just, you know, user error. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick, like, I don't know, maybe we'll do 2, because again, I'm not an expert here. So I'll pick 2 of these little dudes and see about doing a actual custom for myself. Alright, enough of that, let's get started. First things first, I like to clean off any project that I do, or any custom project anyway, with a mix of 2 parts isopropyl alcohol and 1 part water. It's like a very general disinfectant that I like to use because I like to work on a clean surface. And now that our little babies are nice and fresh faced, I grab some of the white FX paint that I bought, and I apply a coat to cover the already printed image on our new little squishies. I know the leather paint did come with like a thing of white, but I wanted like to use the specific one for the base coat. Again, I've used FX before, and from what I've used, it works really well. It only took maybe 4 or 5 very thin layers of this paint before it was opaque enough for me to feel comfortable making the design on top. And the in-between dry time was fairly fast. I was pretty impressed with it. So now that our little kitties are perfectly dry, I begin the basic outline for what I want to design. You can't see it very well, but I have one large eyeball for this little girl. She is going to be my little Cyclops kitty, and I'm so excited to have her all done. And next is our little boy who, when I got these cats, they looked like little mushrooms. So I decided to kind of go ahead with that type of motif. So I am making a little mushroom cap cat. And then here I am opening the leather paints that I bought. They have a pretty nice variety of colors, and here I am kind of just going through it, trying to figure out what colors I want to use for these customs, because I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted, but I grabbed some that I thought would be interesting to mess with. I get my little palette and some brushes, and I'm ready to go. So if you watch my other videos, you probably already know that I am not a master paint mixer. I didn't take any color theory classes. I just knew that I wanted this pink to be less harsh and more light. So mixing it with some white, I get a more of a blushy kind of pink, I guess. I don't know. It's either blush or bashful. You're gonna have to tell me, all you expert kids. But it covered really well, and just with that little amount, it was enough to cover our kitty great. I had just enough to completely cover her, and some left over for details and touch-ups. So hey, points to me, I guess. And now I get to apologize to all the makeup technicians out there. I tried giving my cat a lovely eyeliner, and because I am so shaky and heavy-handed and inexperienced, something that should have been simple and smooth came out, well, wrinkly. You can kind of see how bad it is. I mean, I'm not knocking myself. I think I did pretty good for somebody who doesn't really paint that often, especially not on 3D objects. And it's not like I'm gonna sell it or anything. She's for me. She's all for me. I love her. So, putting off any more crazy touch-ups on her eye makeup, I decided to take a little bit of a break and to start getting in her little stripies. I love all cats, and striped cats are, I don't want to say the most popular, but if you tell somebody, hey, put some designs on a cat, like 9 out of 10 times they're gonna give them the stripies, because, you know, calicos are a very special type of pattern breed. But yeah, I decided that tiger stripes would be perfectly cute, and I wanted the purple to kind of match in with the pink, and I think the color scheme works pretty well. Again, anybody who has actually taken a color theory class and wants to critique me about my choice of colors, feel free to do so in the comments. Leave a very long description. In fact, feel free to argue with each other about my choice of paint color. That would be great for interaction. Thank you. Now, this part was equal parts easy and equal parts scary. I just wanted to give her a nice, pretty green eye, and I wasn't sure how well I would be able to place it, make it circular, make it even. It wasn't perfect, but you know what eyes are. Maybe she's got astigmatism. You don't know. Cats are very nearsighted. No, they're farsighted. Wait, which side are they? Okay, and now we are getting the messiest part. I don't know if it's just me being excited, me being in a rush, or just me being a heckin' amateur. But I'm trying to connect the stripes from the front of her face to the back of her head. This is gonna be needing a lot of touch-ups, so don't worry. It's messy now, but I fix them in a minute. See, look at that. No problem. Again, it covers pretty well. It took me a little bit of time and patience to make sure that I fix all of these terrible, terrible mistakes that I've made on this poor cat and her body. But I am very proud of how she turned out. She's not symmetrical or perfect, but she's beautiful, and she's mine. So take that. I decided to get her a bigger, what is this, iris? I think it's the iris of the eye where the color part is. And I was debating whether or not I should put in the slitted pupil for her, because I thought the black would be pretty harsh in comparison to these lighter colors that I used. But ultimately decided that I could just use brown instead. Oh, and of course I needed to make her little cat face, and I was as gentle as I could be making it, and I love her face so much. It came out a lot better than I thought it would, so joy to that. And then here's her single pupil here, which again I think came out really great. I like the way her eye came out. I think that so far is my absolute favorite part of her face. I mean, it should be. It's the main part. It's the whole center of attention bit for her. She's a Cyclops cat. Come on. And now for her little brother. I mentioned before that these cats had a very mushroom shape, or at least I think I mentioned it. But that's all I could really see after I painted them up. So I decided that this little kitty is going to be my mushroom cap cat. We went with a traditional white spot on a red top to make, I guess that would be a toadstool, technically. So he's a little toadstool kitty. I like it. So the red, which is usually a very strong color in regards to paint, came out a little more transparent than I was hoping for, and kind of more of an orange red than anything. But after 2 or 3 coats, it came out to a color that I wanted, and a little more even in terms of painting. You can see he's a little splotchy here, but it gets better after a couple more coats. I also decided to stick with brown in regards to outlining these cats, their faces and features. I think because of the light colors that I was using, black just was not an option. So you see I give him these huge eyes to kind of show that he's a very youthful kitten, and that he I wouldn't say he's an especially happy one. He broods. He's a little broody cat, so he doesn't have that sweet happy face that our little emerald cyclops does. But he's still just as cute. He's still just as precious, and I love him just as much. And so we finish off our little boy's face with some nice yellow eyes. I didn't add any, I didn't mix anything to make I wanted it to be a straight up like cat eye yellow, and I feel like it matched very, very well. I was debating whether I should give yellow or green to kind of match his sister, but I think yellow was the much better choice here. And now I'm touching up his ears a little bit and adding the final touch, which of course are the big white spots on his little mushroom cap. And I think they came out
really good. I didn't even really have to layer them all that much. I thought it would be a little bit difficult with the red. I thought maybe the red would show through and I'd have to do some additional coats, but no, this is all just pretty much one, maybe two coats of a white spottage, and they dried and they came out so great. And I'm really happy. I kind of wish now that I had made like a separation line between the cat and his little mushroom cap. But I mean, it's fine. I'll live a little, learn a little, and get what you experience for next time.
And here they are, my little special squisherinos. So yeah, this is all in the same day, painting them all in the same day. It's dried really well. Of course, I'm the type that likes to paint in very thin layers. So I like my stuff to dry quickly. So here's my little emerald eye Cyclops kitty. She's not exactly perfect, but you know what? I love her so much. She's exactly what I wanted. I might need to poke a couple of holes here and there because, as you can see, she's got the expansion going, so none of the none of the air is having some trouble getting out. And then here's my little mushroom boy. There's something about this design that I really like. It's super simple. Like, nobody even knows why he has like a mushroom head. I was debating if I think maybe I should have changed his fur from white to like a cream color, but I think it's okay. I think there's something nice in the simplicity of the colors and the design. So yeah, I really liked using these paints. So who knows what will come in the future. I do still have, I think, 3 extra squisherinos that I might customize one day. Who knows? But here they are. So there they are in all their glory. Ignore the background. But yeah, I'm really happy with how they came out, and thank you guys so much for joining me on this. It was so much fun. Remember, you are loved, you are appreciated. I'm so happy that you're here on this earth making these squisherinos with me. So until next time, my dudes, matanyang.